Ulster have only lost once to Welsh opposition in the last 11 games, but that defeat was, of course, against tonight's opponents, the Ospreys. Your commentators are Craig Gilroy, Tom Shanklin and Mark Robson.
Well, Belfast welcomes the History Boys, Wales' most successful professional region. This Ulster side, no Ian Henderson injured, but Harry Sheridan and Cormac Izuchukwu return from emerging Ireland duty. Cooney and Morgan are at half-back, and Stuart McCloskey returns to the midfield. And Mikey Lowry makes his second start at full-back. Jude Postlethwaite, a try scorer last week, is on the bench. Wholesale changes for the Ospreys, missing 40% of their squad. Wales regular Gareth Thomas starts. A first start for Will Greatbanks. Justin Tipuric, a three-time Lion, alongside captain Morgan Morris. The back line ruptured by injury and rest periods. Jack Walsh, player of the match against the Dragons, is at fullback, and plenty of youngsters on that bench, some drawn in from clubs in the Swansea region for this game, with the Ospreys missing 18 players. Yes, the Ospreys, they've won this championship 4 times, the last 12 years ago, but come here off a defeat by the Bulls, who were the last team to beat Ulster, who beat Connacht at the Kingspan last Saturday. 2 home wins and 2 heavy defeats as the Ulster return, while the Ospreys have won just the once, putting 37 points past the stuttering Stormers. The Ospreys facing a 3rd defeat in a row, having succumbed to Munster and the Bulls over the past fortnight. And the Ospreys just squeezed into the quarter-finals of URC in last season on matches won, having finished on the same points total as the Lions, then lost to Munster and Limerick, and arrive here with a heavily depleted squad, missing 40% for a variety of reasons. The past glittered with league championship trophies, the 4th one coming in Dublin against Leinster in 2012, when a Shane Williams try was converted by Dan Biggar. Loads of notable names in Osprey shirts in those days, including star imports like Justin Marshall and Jerry Collins. Alan O'Connor leads out the Ulster team. Their defeat at the Ospreys last season was the uppercut that hastened the end of the Dan McFarland era. A 79th minute Dan Edwards drop goal, pinching the win for the Welsh by 19 points to 7 in round 10 of the URC, and shortly after Dan's 5-year reign as head coach was over. The referee, the Italian Andrea Piardi, who handled the URC final between the Bulls and Glasgow, also the first Italian to handle a Six Nations game. He was in charge of Ireland-Wales last February. Well, remember the Ospreys' glory days of James Hook, Gavin Henson, Lee Byrne, when instead of the captain's run, the squad all went for a collective spray tan down in Wine Street in Swansea, when leg waxes were all part of the players' contracts, when they used the hairdryer and wax and gel before the game, not after it. But different times for the Welsh regions now, with the lower salary caps. And a lot of players rested for this game. Big Welsh names: Adam Beard, Dowie Lake, Jack Morgan and Dan Edwards, who broke the Ulster Hearts and Dan McFarland's heart ultimately with that goal in the late stages in this fixture, corresponding fixture last season. John Cooney, now 34 years of age, goes to the air, as he did so many times last week. Well judged, well taken. Kieran Hardy, 2 spells at the Scarlet, starting for the first time for the Ospreys. Ospreys over 26-0 down after 22 minutes against the Bulls last week. 4 tries, try bonus point conceded in that first quarter. And here goes Tom O'Toole, 13 caps for Ireland. Now John Cooney. The monsoon season in the Craigie estate is over. The rain has relented, the wind has died away. It's almost perfect conditions now, and that's Walsh, and that's great play by him. Jack Walsh at fullback, versatile player, can also play at 10. And the first penalty of the game goes the way of the Ospreys. Tom Shanklin.
Kieran Hardy in shot there. Looked like he was looking for a penalty, and the ball fumbled out the base. Or the ball didn't really react. Sort of gave up on it. That was the turnover. That's what came for the position and territory for Ulster. Just catches it on his own player's leg, but there's no urgency there to get down on the ball, is there? This is a guy you want to see in a bit of open space. You might not see it too much tonight, but Keelan Giles, electric.
Yeah, he's been hampered a lot by injury, many injuries over the years. Keelan Giles, Sam Parry and Justin Tipuric. 93 caps for Wales. Sam Parry to Dan Edwards. And there's a hooker playing at 6 today, Lewis Lloyd. So that's how deep they've had to dig into resources. Dan Edwards for Justin Tipuric, and the ball is stripped away brilliantly well. And it's Jacob Stockdale for Mike Lowry. The Whiz Kids on the left wing for this Ulster side, putting the pressure on this Ospreys defence and forcing them a long way downfield.
Super reef there from Marcus Rea, I think it was. Just got second guy in the tackle. What a reef. Well gathered by Jacob. And then a lovely wee kick through by Mike Lowry.
There's a tackle on Tipuric that did that, didn't it? Went in low, just under the ball, just dislodged it slightly.
Yeah. It's
a very good aggressive hit.
Hard man to reef.
James McCormick. The line out throw. McCloskey makes the error, ball knocked forward. The return of McCloskey, obviously an error first time out, but Craig Gilroy, such an important player to the way Ulster attack.
He is. He's instrumental. It's glad to see him back so early from his injury over in South Africa. I thought it was going to be more long term, so I'm delighted for him. Nothing wrong here, no miscommunication or anything. Everyone did their roles. It's just it's a greasy, wet night, and he's dropped it.
It looked like his timing slightly wrong, a little bit hesitant when he took it. You want a player like him just hitting that line and not stopping, but he looked up and saw Morgan Morris in front of him.
Crouch!
Ospreys, 11 changes from the Bulls side, 29-19 the score. As I said, 4 tries in the first 22 minutes. They were like a clown car. The wheels came off, the doors came off, the engine blew up. 2 players were off injured. Kieran Williams and Tom Boda went horribly, badly wrong, and it's gone badly wrong at that scrum. Ulster have conceded 13 penalties at scrum time this season. The Ospreys have conceded 12. The 2 worst scrummages in the URC, but Ulster in the ascendancy early on. They're here.
You know, that's a super confidence booster, Robbo, for Eric, James and Tom. Having conceded so many scrum penalties to get a penalty for them this early in the game, you know, they'll be delighted with that going forward.
Free, step, stay there.
This is an area they were so good last week.
Open a little bit, thank you.
Against Connacht, just that driving line out.
Ulster scores so many tries from these sort of positions. Dave McCann takes that line out ball. James McCormick in possession.
Away now, away.
Trying to ferry Ospreys into the crumble zone. And they do just that. It's almost unstoppable, that Ulster maul, when it gets some traction, and it got a lot there.
You sort of thought it was going to come anyway. As soon as they went to the corner, they're back in their drive. It's really good. Initially, you thought the Ospreys did a decent enough job taking it towards the touchline, but then as soon as the reinforcements come in, see McCloskey there just adding a little bit of weight. Normally, you know it's serious when Werner Kok comes in to a driving line. They didn't heat it this time.
Yeah, he's the other side.
Yeah.
That's well taken by James McCormick. Just his second start for Ulster and his first try. It'll be a night to remember for him.
Werner Kok's hair distracts the opposition. Flaps in the breeze. John Cooney's kicking success rate has been poor this season, 3 from 8. In fact, Ulster's goal kicking record total 53%, the worst in the URC. And one of those misses was from right in front of the posts after he scored a try against the Lions, when he just set his hands on the hips in disbelief. And it's 3 from 9.
You scuttled him, Robbo. He's such a meticulous goal kicker. He's almost obsessed with it, and it has been a bit of a shaky start for him, albeit we're early on in the season. But you know, he's a fantastic kicker, not just off the tee.
Dan out. I thought you were going to say that.
Dan Edwards with the restart, and a mistake by Dave McCann. Did he touch the ball? Off goes John Cooney.
Use it.
And it's Aidan Morgan who goes into Strum half, the
no,
Aucklander.
You're tapping there.
Already scored 2 tries for Ulster.
No, you're trapping there. Use it!
Ulster 31 kicks from hand against Connacht. Stockdale with the boomer of a left boot that he has, and Ulster will use that as often as they possibly can, and why not?
I like that from Kieran Hardy, putting a bit of pressure on him, but you just need a secondary chase there. Did the right thing, check Stockdale back inside, then he needs someone else to pressure him. Calm though, wasn't he?
Yeah, such a useful tool, the big left foot.
Stop.
You don't want to play too much.
Hooker, don't step.
In your own 22, in the 10,
Stay there,
especially
don't close the gap.
especially when it's greasy.
Especially when he scored as well.
Shot of Toby Booth there. It's his final season after 5 years in charge at the Ospreys. Mark Jones will take over, former Welsh winger, and Justin Tipuric will become the defence coach. And there is Justin Tipuric. Looks like he's just been rescued from a couple of decades on a desert island with that hair, when he made close friends with a volleyball called Wilson. Here's Kieran Hardy, 93 appearances for the Scarlets. Gareth Thomas, nice hands, and trying to go through the gap there is Lewis Jones. Tipuric with a tip. Sam Parry trying to work the ball to width here on the Ospreys, and they have, and it's Keelan Giles. It's a poor kick though, straight to Lowry, and Stockdale again trusts that left foot of his, sends it a long way downfield, end over end. Dan Edwards will be able to touch this down as Stockdale descends.
Look where Ulster are now after a very good attack. Gareth Thomas didn't expect it there, went backwards, but they still kept the ball alive. Watch the acceleration here. He just goes, gets on the outside of Werner Kok, but goes straight to Lowry. If that goes anywhere else, then Ulster are turned and there's a lot of pressure.
Dan Edwards. Oh, nobody called for that ball. Ulster just allowing it to drop. I think it was Ben Carson who trapped it Messi style. Here's Rea, goes into Parry. In comes Tom O'Toole to attempt to clear out now. John Cooney, and switching is Morgan. Inside him is Mike Lowry. Morgan and Lowry, you'll probably see them dropping into the 10 position, first receiver position as they switch about. Here is Morgan, now McCloskey, the Hollywood honey monster. Harry Sheridan in the second row today alongside the captain Alan O'Connor. Mike Lowry, here's a great athlete, Cormac Izuchukwu, played in the second row and in the back row for emerging Ireland down in Bloemfontein. And Jacob Stockdale, talking of Bloemfontein, he's already scored a try in South Africa this season, and the man who is coming right bang slap into form, Stockdale, gets his second try of this campaign. A nice, gentle, easy walk-in for the Irish international.
It's a try for Ulster number 11, Jacob Stockdale.
Just thought that ball was going to go a tiny bit earlier to Izuchukwu. It doesn't. Lowry gets the offload through the tackle, but this is really good skill set in close quarters there, isn't it, Craig?
Yeah, just the simple things done well. Not much room to work with here, close to the touchline, but they stayed square. Aidan Morgan stayed square. Dave McCann, that's your forward. Simple hands to Jacob, and that's an easy walk-in for him.
It's the type of drill you do in training a lot. When you come around the corner, you realign. It's quick hands, you straighten, draw the man and pass. Good confidence there to execute that.
It is, but it's the simple things done well, Shanks, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just staying square.
There's more space in a one-man tent. They still managed to fit in 2 passes down that blind side.
And do you know why, Robbo? Because they stayed square.
I thought you were going to say because they're worth it.
20 seconds.
We're in a lot of one-man tents, are you?
I am these days. It's a sad story of my life. Cooney, having missed his first, another one goes wide. And John Cooney, you can see by the expression on his face, the bemusement. The metronomic Cooney has lost his form, and Stockdale recovering his.
Yeah, you can hear it. You can hear it in the crowd, or you can't hear it rather when John kicks, whether it's going over or not. Shaky start for him, but he'll recover.
Good timing.
Edwards goes long. Cooney's underneath it. His kicking to touch last week against Connacht was absolutely exceptional.
He's such a good striker of the ball. not just off the tee, not just kicking for goal, but his box kicks, whether that's to compete for the winger to chase and compete, or whether that's just to clear it and put it long. Even his spiral bombs the last couple of weeks have been impressive.
Yes, he launched a particularly beautiful one of those last week. Here's Morgan Morris, not to be confused with the other Osprey, Morgan Morse. Morris made his 100th appearance last week for the Ospreys and earmarked it with a try in the final minute, but it wasn't enough to secure anything from that defeat at home to the Bulls.
Behind, stay behind.
It's Hardy, Warren, Edwards. Hardy again to Dan Edwards. Misses out Justin Tipuric and sets it for Werner Kok. Brilliant hands. Now it's Mike Lowry into space. Was he taken out by Williams? Back goes Keelan Giles. Werner Kok is all over Giles, but the penalty goes the Ospreys' way. Over enthusiasm perhaps from Werner Kok.
It's the same story. Sorry, referee's talking there. It's the same story with the Ospreys. That's twice now. Loose ball not gone to hand. Ulster have pounced on it. It happened in the first 2-3 minutes last week against the Bulls, and they scored off it. They need to look after the ball better.
They're trying to get a little bit wider, aren't they, away from where Ulster are strong, but they haven't quite got the skill set or the time or the alignment to do it at the moment.
No, and the first instance, the bounce pass almost worked for them when Keelan Giles went down the left wing, but equally, and on the other side, you can go the distance. Someone like Mike Lowry.
Justin Tipuric, 7 line-out takes for him last week, 15 in total this season from the Welsh international legend.
Good, very good. Okay, use it.
Kieran Hardy's going to launch one downfield. Keelan Giles is after it. Werner Kok makes a great take. Already becoming a firm favourite here in Belfast. Now it's Tom O'Toole and Cooney. Here it is Izuchukwu. He really is a fine athlete. He's lithe, built like one. But Ulster come in from the side and give away an unnecessary penalty there. I've been disappointed with their discipline.
A couple of times. Just be really clear.
It's a soft penalty there, Robbo. Super carry from Cormac Izuchukwu.
Okay, thank you.
I'm not sure, was it Harry Sheridan coming in the side? Yeah, number 5.
It's the yards after contact which impressed me with Izuchukwu. Just when you think you got him, he goes that extra 4 or 5 metres, which makes a huge difference.
Harry Sheridan impressive on that emerging Ireland tour, played a full 80 minutes in the opening game against the Pumas. Sam Parry, Dobby Lake today, who captained Wales in all 3 of their games in the summer against South Africa and against Australia. But Sam Parry, a very experienced player now in his 30s, a Welsh international himself.
Come here for a second.
They always come back.
You stay on the mark. All right. If they close, don't step, because otherwise you're chicken and egg. Okay, let's go.
Sam Parry's attire. I mean, it's like rugby at 7:30, aerobics at 9:30. Talk me through that.
Parry, and it's taken by Lewis Jones. Hardy for Parry, and another mistake in midfield. They're just not joining the dots in there, as Tom Shanklin said before the game, making a lot of errors, unforced errors, and that's Walsh with the pass knocked on by the Ospreys. Scrum advantage, and McCann with a beautiful pass which releases Stockdale, and he's got support from Carson, who weaved a nice little pattern on the outside there to try and create the space on the outside.
Back, guys, back.
Here goes Cooney. Tom O'Toole receives the ball. Again, just gets half a metre through contact, so important. Cooney to Morgan, and McCloskey and Morgan trying to work an axis. Not quite, but again, it's Lowry who goes. Cooney, nice hands. And again, Izuchukwu is on the end of it.
Good.
Morgan. McCloskey. Good tackle by Justin Tipuric. And here is Cooney. And again, he's going to have to go the other way. There's nobody to his right. There's plenty of players to his left. One of them, Stockdale, puts it through. Ulster chasing hard through McCann and Mike Lowry.
No, it's on the ground. Good contest.
The Ospreys have done really well there to recover. Greatbanks.
No. Second man.
First start for the Ospreys, the 21-year-old.
Use it.
Signed from the Pro de Deux side, Soyo in France, where he spent 9 years. Welsh father. Hardy with the clearance.
The Ospreys' attack at the moment just put them under a lot of pressure. I can see what they're trying to do, and that's where the space is, but
Andy.
just the passing, the timing isn't quite there. Same as really last week with their attack.
Aston, let's go, please.
Those passes go to hand. There is space out there, but it's not at the moment.
If they don't, Ulster could be up the field under the sticks.
9.
James McCormick for Dave McCann.
9.
Sheridan puts his arm underneath to gather the ball. Now James McCormick breaks away. Took an almighty crack to the head last week from Josh Murphy, who picked up a straight red card for that. Here's Izuchukwu again, heavily involved in the first quarter of this game. Cooney. And again, Ulster very tight around that ruck. McCormick with the carry. Cooney to Morgan. There's an offside advantage here as Jack Walsh takes the ball. Ospreys up very quickly indeed, and this puts Ulster into a very strong position. Wouldn't be at all surprised if they head for the corner.
Only option. It's got to be the only option.
It's now 6 tries the Ospreys have conceded in the opening quarter of the last 2 games. See the Ospreys breaking early defensively.
Guys, on the line, please, on the line.
I think that pass hit Jacob Stockdale in the head from Aidan Morgan there. I think he was maybe trying to throw the long ball to Werner Kok.
McCormick to McCann. And crossing. Yeah, there's a player in an obstructive position in the line-out. And that's another frustrating penalty in from the side earlier on. Obstruction there, penalties that you almost unforced ones you don't have to give. Dan Edwards with the clearance, good clearance too. McCann, there's Marcus Rea.
Straight behind him, you can't do that.
In behind him.
It's got to be an even contest when the player lands. Can't be blocking.
Osprey side, stats-wise, ranked overall the worst attack in the URC. 9 tries, 56 defenders beaten, just 20 clean breaks, 9 offloads. Ulster 17 clean breaks and 20 offloads. 15 tries this season, out of the 2 tonight, 17. Glasgow still top of the list with 22. Hardy, in goes Kok. And he's knocked that ball forward under pressure from Lewis Jones.
Super kick there from Kieran Hardy. Keelan Giles is almost so fast, he ran past it and got his timing a bit wrong to get up and challenge, but Werner's knocked it on anyway.
The kick before was just as good, but no one really challenged it. At least there's probably a little bit more traffic there in the way of Werner Kok.
Yeah, you need to get up in the air, even if you're not going for the ball, even in the periphery of the player catching it, it puts you off. And when it's wet and it's greasy, it just adds to that. It's a good result for the Ospreys.
Coach!
Against the Bulls, when Steenkamp, Grobbelaar and Lowe were the front row for the Bulls, against Ulster and the Ospreys, Ulster and the Ospreys conceded 10 penalties between them. Ulster won the first scrum penalty of this game, and it's 1-1 now, 1 to the Ospreys. But you could argue perhaps that Bulls front row, Steenkamp, Grobbelaar and Lowe, may be the most powerful one in the league.
Frightening. It's frightening when you look at how powerful they are scrum time.
Thankfully, we don't have to scrum against them.
You were really dominant in the first one. This one, for me, they
survived.
A lot of experience on the loosehead side, in particular for the Ospreys, with Gareth Thomas.
Yeah, Welsh international.
Ospreys scored a try from their first attack last week, which came after yet 25 minutes they had to wait. It was scored by Dowie Lake. Ulster beware, it was from a driving maul. Ulster have conceded 8 tries from driving mauls this season. It's been a particular weakness. Ulster, did they get over the ball through Sheridan? Not quite. Williams. Hardy as Morris on this side. Top carrier for the Ospreys this season. Beautiful hands from Morris, and now Keelan Giles. Hardy, Ospreys trying to get on the front foot through Greatbanks.
No, White.
Edwards again.
Push.
Got to go back this way through Gareth Thomas. Recent big favourite of Warren Gatlin's. Here's Williams, who's played out half, starting out half against England in last season's Six Nations for Wales.
Good defensive set there from Ulster. Harry Sheridan has to feel hard done by. A couple of phases earlier, I thought he got on the ball really well. Came a few phases later anyway.
Keep trying to come back down there, the blind side, the Ospreys. Just trying to look for lazy defenders, really. There's not much space there. That's a fantastic kick. He's gone for it there.
Aidan Morgan, crowd appreciating it.
It's a high-risk kick because it can go up, but perfect opportunity to try your 10 points up. Someone might have had a little word in his ear saying, just go for it, doesn't matter if you miss it.
So important. Remember the kick Josh Ioane missed for Connacht last week into the same corner, knocked it long way dead. Ulster can back up the field, scored a penalty, won the game. So here comes this big driving maul again.
Don't change, stay there, Justin, stay there.
And the Ospreys defended this time. Tom O'Toole.
Where's Werner? There he is.
And here comes the flying pigtails of Werner Kok. It's the grunt and groan platoon again who get close to the line. Through O'Toole, they get the advantage here. And Andrea Parry wants a closer look.
Yeah, yellow this.
Is that Kieran Hardy
Space,
joining
please,
from the side?
Space, please. Guys, space, please. Space. Okay, Tamo. Water, yeah. Your call was, guys, please step.
The pen
Your
try.
call was 9 black offside.
Yeah,
side entry.
Yeah.
Okay, you prevent any possible try. Do you want to check?
Yes.
Okay, Matteo, we come to you. Can you check, please?
Matteo
we'd like to see the
Liparini.
action of number 9 black. If there is a cynical side entry and preventing any possible try, please.
Yeah, could be a penalty try, Tom.
It's whether or not it's still binded. It is there.
Yeah, it's clearly from the side, from what I'm seeing. I don't see any clear separation, Matteo, between the players before he arrived to the ball carrier.
I agree, Andrea.
Yeah, Tom hadn't left the ball there.
Possible try, prevent a grounding. So I'm thinking on penalty try and yellow card against number 9, Matteo.
I agree, Andrea.
Agree? Okay, agree
The
with
decision
me?
he has to make is,
Okay,
would a try probably have
number
been
9.
scored,
Okay, come here.
but for the infringement from
Clear
Hardy?
From the side, you prevent a possible try. No, not for me. Not clear for me. It's a yellow card and penalty try.
And that's the result. The inevitable yellow card for Kieran Hardy, and try number 3 for Ulster.
This was the worry really with the Ospreys against the power, the driving line out, the physicality that the Ulster team were going to bring.
Not even 25 minutes in.
17-0. Forget what you're seeing there on the scoreboard.
Yeah. It's close, but not close enough. Don Edwards, Ulster 7 home wins in a row in the URC, looking for a 3rd home win in a row in this campaign, having beaten Glasgow and Connacht here, and now looking to play with a lot of confidence. Here's Jacob Stockdale, Morgan on his shoulder. Mike Lowry doesn't go forward. What a rampaging run from Eric O'Sullivan, and now it's Morgan for Mike Lowry. Don Edwards, Stockdale in support. Stockdale for a glittering try. Ulster playing many tunes Kingspan pitch.
Wow. What a try. How many pairs of hands did that go through?
Oh, what were we talking about before the game? That we might see sort of pragmatic, basic rugby. We talked about bums on seats. This is what brings bums on seats. Interlinking play like this, keeping the ball alive. Look at that. That's a great angle. The ability to offload.
Such freedom to play with. You know, we would never have seen this the first start of last season. You weren't allowed, Shanks. You know, it's amazing to see them playing with that freedom. Look at that from Tom O'Toole, a one-handed offload. Mikey Lowry to Jacob and then straight through. Lovely step off the left for Jacob. His confidence is going to be fly high. What a super score. Seems to have dried up a wee bit. The rain certainly stopped.
John Cooney note for him too. Almost ironic cheers. And a hint of a smile from John Cooney.
What's the secret to Stockdale? Why are we seeing what might seem like a different player to what we've seen maybe 2 years ago?
It's a mentality thing, Shanks, isn't it? And you know, one instance, one lucky bounce or one pass can put you on the end of something, and then that gets the ball rolling. You know, your confidence is a little bit higher, and then a week later you maybe score again, and then all of a sudden you're halfway into the season and you've 9-10 tries under your belt and you're full of confidence.
He's in great form at the moment. He doesn't seem to be making little basic errors that maybe we've seen creep into his game recently.
No, he doesn't, and I think that can come when you really try and force it. And Jacob,
time off for a second, guys. We are checking for something in the breakdown, okay? But we need the angle. Time off.
He got off to such a good start.
We're still checking something, but there's no angle available by now. So I wait. Time off.
We're checking in. Maybe it was a one-handed pass.
Because if you kick, guys, there's no more time for.
Might be checking for a forward pass here in the build-up to the try. Eric O'Sullivan flinging it out to Morgan.
Yeah. Okay, skipper, please.
It's forward.
Yeah. Of course, the regulation has changed. It used to be you could only
go
and look at replays before the conversion was
try,
taken, but now it's changed.
No, yeah.
He's running so fast,
I understand. Good try, but he's clearly out of the end forward.
What he's talking about there is relative velocity.
But that's a prop running, so I don't think it happens there.
I think he's on the 10.
Alan O'Connor questioning the laws of physics there to Andrea Piardi. Maybe he was right. As you say, relative velocity.
I've known Eric O'Sullivan nearly 10 years. I don't think I've ever seen him through a one-handed offload.
Sorry, guys.
Or ever seen him use relative velocity. Well, huge disappointment for Stockdale and the Ulster team, because it was such a well-crafted try, an absolute beauty.
Inside the 50.
It was such loose play, and again, I'm just glad to see them play with that freedom.
The scoreboard attendance already got a migraine.
They called it back just in time, mind. A second before he kicked off.
Dave McCann picks it up for Cooney. Good tackle coming in there from Lloyd. Out of position. Usually a hooker. Wales under 20 hooker, played in the World Juniors last summer in South Africa.
Use it!
John Cooney goes aerial yet again. Cooney 13 kicks from hand last week for 351 metres to be precise.
Okay, use it.
Stan Edwards going into scrum half. Carried on by Lewis Jones, 22-year-old, his first start for the Ospreys. Williams standing in the 10 position where he has played for Wales. No Owen Watkin this week.
Ball lifted, play on. Ball is lifted.
Good scragging work by McCann. Ulster getting all over the Ospreys in defence. And now trying to counter-ruck. Ospreys will do well to hold on to the ball here, which they have done. And off goes Morris, piling his way through McCormick.
Ball out. Blackfoot.
Edwards. Oh, that's Williams. It's ricocheted off. Here's Izuchukwu. But it's John Cooney who gets there. Is it to score the try under pressure from Jack Walsh?
It's good to try or not? No, we need to check both of them. Okay. Yeah, come down, guys. Team on check. Two things, Matteo. The first thing is possible in front of the kicker by 6. And then if there is any... Guys, come down.
He's saying he didn't down there.
Yeah.
Lovely touch from
And then
Cormac.
a possible try. We don't have any on-field decision.
Kendra, so you not have on-field decision.
No.
You have to check the first
Jack Walsh gets
in
there
front
first,
of the
I
kicker
think.
by 6 wide,
Anyway.
and then the grounding.
And then a possible grounding.
Okay.
Could you say knock the ball out of play
From
intentionally
first look,
there?
Matteo, I
That'd
think
be
it's
very
by
harsh.
Black.
No. I think it does come off Jack Walsh. I mean, it looked like Izuchukwu was through, but the bounce of the ball just takes it left right at the last minute. And it's a race between Cooney and Jack Walsh.
He can play the 9 when the 9 picks the ball up. He's allowed to play him because he's legally in the ruck. Yeah.
There you are, the screen.
Yeah, I'm in front of the screen.
Okay.
Nothing clear and obvious from me from 6.
I agree.
And then we need to see if there is any grounding from the first replay. I think it's by Black, but have a double check, please.
Okay, Andrea.
He does so well to get back there, Jack Walsh, because he's actually face on with Cormac, so he has to turn and go when John and Cormac have already got that head start on him. Super effort to get back.
I can see the black hand.
Yes, Andrea. There's a touch by Black hand.
Okay, so the restart is press the ball down by Black, so his goal line drop out. No, he didn't. He didn't do
Do you think he put it down?
Yeah,
I think he pressed the
I
ball
believe so.
there.
I believe so. He's going for the ball, not to let the ball out.
Andrew
Goal line
Picard,
drop out,
he's got
guys.
that spot on.
Time back on. Thank you, Matteo.
His downward pressure from Jack Walsh means it's a drop out from under the posts. If he
Okay,
knocked
let's
it
go,
out,
10.
it would have been a scrum 5.
So Dan Edwards with the goal line dropout. It's taken by Stockdale, denied a second try. After that forward pass, Dave McCann with the carry, and it's Cooney Izuchukwu who's really shown his athleticism so far. Mike Lowry tries to cut through the middle of the Ospreys defence. It's Cooney again for Alan O'Connor. Izuchukwu has seen a lot of the ball in this opening half an hour and has caused the Ospreys many problems. Here's McCloskey, Stockdale. Good tackle by Williams. Cooney for Alan O'Connor.
No, two.
Who's been involved in a couple of relatively heated conversations with the referee so far. Izuchukwu again, getting a lot of touches. Now Tom O'Toole. The head guard is gone as the steam builds up. Here is Ben Carson, scored that excellent try down in South Africa. Cooney and O'Sullivan was running a really good line there. O'Sullivan in possession, his second rampaging run of the night. Cooney Izuchukwu now at first receiver, and there's space, is there out here for Jacob Stockdale? McCann wants it. Here's McCloskey. And Ulster need quick ball here. McCloskey still in possession. Now it's Tom O'Toole. Cooney, Sheridan.
Okay, take goal away, no!
Gareth Thomas making a despairing tackle round the socks.
Push back, guys, onside.
Ulster's ability to retain possession in these positions in the opening games of this season has been very impressive.
I know.
Izuchukwu, Cooney.
Stay behind. Good.
Rea over the ball. Rea takes it on
Stay
another
onside, guys,
half a metre. Now it's Harry Sheridan. Sheridan with Izuchukwu on his shoulder. Alan O'Connor. digs his shoulder into the Ospreys defence. Are Ulster going to get over this time? Well, it's touched down by Aidan Morgan, and the referee may have to go to the TMO again here. Ulster think they've scored another one, or did it go forward? It's offside, and it's a penalty to Ulster.
Number 1, offside.
They worked well up the pitch, Robbo. Some lovely phases. Mike Lowry out the back. The forwards are getting organised well into their pods.
Men down.
I like how they're deciding whether to go front door or out the back.
Looked a little bit forward from John Cooney to Eric O'Sullivan a few phases ago. It'd be too many phases now for try to score to look back.
Yeah.
The ball slipping away from the Ulster grasp there. Ospreys 1 win against the Stormers, 3 losses to the Dragons, Munster and the Bulls. Ospreys, remember, 4 league titles, 2005, 2007, 2010, 2012. Look, winning the last 2 in Dublin against Leinster. Their last success, 31-30, thanks to a very late Shane Williams try and a Dan Bigger conversion from the touchline. Those really were the glory days, and they really did have a fabulous rugby team. James McCormick again, it's Dave McCann. So trying to get the power drive engaged here again, and James McCormick breaks off early. Was that the right decision? The Maul seem to be rumbling forward pretty effectively there. Now it's Tom O'Toole.
2 away, 2.
Sheridan looking to dive his way between a couple of Ospreys defenders there.
Stay outside.
Now it says Izuchukwu scored a try for the emerging Ireland from a position similar to this.
Guys, onside, onside. Yeah, move. Yeah, move.
There they go, Sullivan waits. Gets himself into a good position, and eventually the Ulster white duvet of bone and muscle gets over the line.
Gets really low. Drives with the legs. Trying to get under Lloyd, defending right next to that ruck. It's tough, isn't it? Because you're basically head on head, because both players are going to go low, trying to drive for the line and defend. Just that little secondary shove gets him over. Ball's on the line, that's enough. This is it here, gets low. See Lewis Lloyd trying to get underneath him, but just an extra bit of power gets him over.
Yeah, Marcus Rea eventually getting there with the try. The Ospreys, I don't think they've been inside the Ulster 22 yet. Haven't managed to summon one meaningful attack.
If they could hold on to the ball, Robbo.
They've made a few mistakes in midfield. Yeah, that's more like it from Cooney. Return to standard. Broad smile.
It's more like you, John.
Ulster have won 10 of their last 14 games against the Ospreys. Their last win in Belfast was 11 years ago when they won 16-12. Ryan Bevington with the Ospreys' only try as Kieran Hardy returns to the field.
Was Tommy Boo playing?
Was he? Oh, for the Ospreys?
Yeah.
Ah, yes, good question. I'll check at half-time.
No, backwards.
4 years, Tommy Bowe spent in Wales.
By Black. No.
Now here's Lloyd. In goes Rea over the ball as he secured it. Tiarty says no. Jack Walsh moved into out half there.
Roll, guys. Croc roll 12. 12
There's
Black.
a croc roll by Black 12. Owen Williams,
Dangerous clean out.
which has now been outlawed in the game. Now you can see the twist and turn from Williams.
Maybe he was croc rolled, or an Ospreys player from the side took him in, took him over the top. Yeah, you're right, it has been banned for the safety of players. So many knees get trapped up there, cause horrific injuries.
I'd like to see something here from Ulster in attack.
What, another try? 4's not enough.
Very good.
Come up some of the, well, 24-point lead.
I know.
Why not?
Yeah,
it's dried up.
You're being greedy.
Stop kicking to the corner and scoring maul tries.
No, we play.
Says Craig Gilroy, who scored 69 tries for Ulster. He liked the ball reaching the ring for obvious reasons.
He's play on. He's ripped by Black.
Cooney for McCormick.
Ripped by Black.
Here is Morgan. Now Izuchukwu, forward pass again from Ulster. Been guilty of that a couple of times. You can certainly see that they're really trying to get Cormac Izuchukwu into the open play.
They are. Well, he's such a weapon. We've seen already the first 35 minutes. Anytime he's carried, he's made yards. I think those runners need to be a little more patient. Just overran that a little, causing the forward pass.
You've got to put your hips forward as well. When you're running sideways like that, anything flat does look like it could go forward because it steps away from the pass. If he just squares his shoulders up a little bit, it makes it less obvious when it's flat.
I'll let you tell him, Shanks.
Ulster winning their last 9 matches against the Ospreys in Belfast. Just 2 wins in Ireland in 8 years for the Welsh region. Came within 2 months of each other against Connacht and Leinster. That's a good push from the Ospreys. 8. And now it's Walsh putting pressure at last on this Ulster defence. Werner Kok goes in, tries to clear out. He's full of industry. And now it's Lloyd.
Okay, advantage 5 wide. And back on
Williams. And it's Boshoff. The first time that
you
Vardy Boshoff has
you
had
have
the
the
ball in
advantage.
attack for the Ospreys in this game. The South African. Well, he sounds like a KGB agent. Here's Walsh. Gets away from Ben Carson's tackle.
Still
And
advantage.
sets it for Hardy. Now Williams. Werner Kok makes the tackle. Helped by Carson. And is there a fumble?
Always under pressure. I give you the mark. Wait. Give you the mark, guys.
There was the referee playing advantage.
You talked about, Robert, about
5, never on side.
Ospreys not being in Ulster's 22. Part of that is because
Number
the
5.
Ulster discipline is so good at the moment. They're not giving any penalties away for the Ospreys to get themselves in position like this.
That was a nice scrum attack on the short side with Dan Edwards and Jack Walsh. They seem to work well together. Dan's obviously the first choice 10 at the minute, but out half is Jack Walsh's preferred position as well.
He's a really skillful player. He's got pace as well, and he's not the biggest players, but he's got the ability to sort of ride with tackles and slip himself out of tackles and break tackles.
It's a long way out for this Osprey side. Well, Ulster have been very weak in this area, conceding 8 tries from opposition driving mauls.
Okay, jumping across.
Advantage
Illegally on the other side.
the Ospreys' way. So what have they got planned here? Some clever backline move. Again, Williams has moved into the first receiver position. Dan Edwards beyond him. The long flung pass for Jack Walsh trying to stand up Stockdale. Ulster staying on their feet in defence.
No advantage. Number 5 jumping across, lands on the wrong side.
Good bit of sustained pressure now from the Ospreys. And this is why you're getting penalties and ill discipline from Ulster. Needs to go 5 metres out though. Give himself the best possible chance.
That's more like it.
We put White on the line. White on the line.
Ulster penalised there for jumping across. So we'll see here if Ulster have improved that maul defence. The Ospreys through Parry finds Lewis Jones. In comes Williams. In comes Boshoff. Keelan Giles joins the party. Will there be a celebration? Off goes Parry. There will be a celebration for the Ospreys. and it's come the way it so often does against Ulster. 9 tries conceded from driving balls this season, and this time it's Sam Parry on the end of the score for the Ospreys.
It's given the Ospreys a little bit of hope.
Any dangerous thing? No.
Ill discipline from Ulster gives the Ospreys this position. You haven't had to ask them twice. I mean, Ulster's driving line-out is so good, but on the flip side, defensively, they do leak a lot of tries as well. There's a well-taken try from Sam Parry, breaks off at the exact right moment.
Showing his experience, 32 years of age, Sam Parry has scored a hat-trick for the Ospreys in the past. So here's Dan Edwards, the 21-year-old from Port Talbot, 17 appearances for the Wales under-20s. Will he go on to be a full international? Yeah, just about. Is Dan Edwards being looked at by Warren Gatland?
Yeah, definitely, especially after the Stormers game where he marshalled and controlled it really well back. He needs a couple of big games now, you know, leading up to the squad announcement.
Well, he tried at the end of that first half from Sam Parry. Good performance in the first 40 minutes from Cormac Izuchukwu, and Ulster very much in control against this much weakened Ospreys side, missing 18 players. Ulster 24, the Ospreys 7. Defeat in their last 11 games against Welsh teams. Sam Parry giving the Ospreys a glimmer of hope with that try from the driving maul close to the break. And it's going to be Ulster to kick off in the second half through Aidan Morgan. And taken by Lewis Jones.
Use it!
Kieran Hardy spent at the Jersey Reds, where his out half was Callum Reid, who's come back to Wales now. Hunting for international caps, no doubt. Off goes Mike Lowry, already an international and a try scorer for Ireland. And now Cooney for Morgan. His cross kick led to a try for Stuart McCloskey against the Lions. Or for Jacob Stockdale against the Lions. That was Stuart McCloskey. The error by the Ospreys, a rather disheartening one at the start of this second half, and an early scrummage for Ulster.
I think Stu's quite lucky it took the bounce that it did for poor Dan Edwards. Just when you thought it was going to pop up, it just took another roll along the ground.
That's my guy.
Nailed the kick as well, didn't it? It wasn't like a soft one.
He's a lot of skill. He's a lot of finesse for a big man. His only real option.
Ulster 8th after 4 rounds, 1-2 loss, 10 points. Ospreys 13th, 1-1 loss 3 with 6 points. Leinster on the top with a maximum of 20 points.
Mine! Set!
Good scrum by Ulster. Dave McCann controlling of the base. Penalty coming Ulster's way.
It's been a difficult one to call a scrum. The Ospreys have got a couple of penalties from it in the first half.
When you pass the ball.
That one, the Ulster team hit hard, they stayed straight, and they chase with their legs.
Come here. When they are dominant, I don't want to break your bind and push in the front row, okay?
They did enough then to upset
Understand?
the Ospreys scrum. It could be a bit of deja vu now.
Yeah. Next one, I penalise.
Aidan Morgan, who played Super Rugby for the Hurricanes, puts Ulster again into a very strong position. Maybe could have chipped off a bit more down the line there. Got Ulster a little bit closer to that corner flag. It's James McCormick. Goes to the tail to Harry Sheridan.
No, two. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up.
Ulster breaking away through James McCormick. Already has a try to his name. Here is Cooney. Lovely line from Carson. Ulster head off round the corner.
Backwards.
They've been deadly in these positions this season. Their ball retention has usually been excellent, but not on this occasion. Robbery from the Ospreys in such an important position.
A super line from Ben Carson. Cooney just delayed it. He showed the ball on his inside, had the defence guessing. And then a lovely late line from Ben.
Morgan Morris with the turnover there. Very good technique. Here's the line. Just an out to win line.
No gas.
Watch Morgan Morris here, straight on the ball, supporting his own weight. His team had a bit of trouble there.
Started all 4 games this season for the Ospreys. Morgan Morris, Justin Tipuric. And so often takes the line-out ball. Off goes Lloyd. It's looked lively in the loose. The converted hooker, converted for this game anyway. Here's Greatbanks. Dion Fury and Fraser Brown, notable hookers who've converted to the back row and have moved back and forth. Fury winning a World Cup in the back row for South Africa. Here's Lowry, takes it well, under pressure from Dan Kasende. South African sign from the Cheetahs, getting his first start. Here's Cooney.
Now we play.
Greatbanks comes in with the tackle.
Ball was out.
Cooney back to Morgan.
Stop!
Gives the ball straight back to the Ospreys and Jack Walsh, who looks for space, and the ball bounces unkindly for him. Good cover by Cooney.
Keep coming, White! Keep coming!
Superb kick from Jack Walsh, short of space straight away. Look at the advantage he's given his team now. The territory and possession. Cooney couldn't really do much.
I thought Aidan Morgan should have probably put more on that kick. It was kind of a kick to nothing. Following that, there was no one retreating in the backfield to cover that space. He saw it and he went for it. It's a good outcome for the Ospreys.
Open. Yeah, but the problem is you're 2-2. Let's go.
Sam Parry and finds Lewis Jones again. Kieran Hardy and Keelan Giles comes into the back line. Quicker ball for the Ospreys to operate off. Great carry by Morris again. McCloskey tries to steal. Hardy to Tipuric to Greatbanks.
Ball out.
Oh, is it knocked on by Warren? Off go Ulster. Sheridan takes his hands away. And it's all slowed down. Ulster had an opportunity to make a break from deep there.
White. Correct? Okay.
Slightly quicker ball at last on the Ospreys. You actually have the slowest ruck speed in the URC at 4.95 seconds per ruck. Shanks reaches for his wallet quicker than that.
He's out of 22.
Good stats. Yeah, it was 2 much better carries. One off Keelan Giles and then the next one off Morgan Morris, which got him on the front foot, but then he just saw that pass coming back. Ben Warren took his eyes off it.
Clear.
And they just lost all that momentum.
Go, guys, hurry up.
Just need to look after the ball for 6-7 plus phases. At the moment they can't. Just a little bit of inaccuracy letting them down.
Glad to see Keelan Giles get his hands on the ball. He is a dangerous runner. I have had a few battles with him.
Bye!
It's been in a few Welsh squads. Keelan Giles usually succumbs to injury at the worst possible moment, poor fella. And this Ulster scrum really is in the ascendancy now. Driving the Ospreys back again. Lovely pass from Morgan to Ben Carson. Werner Kok on the outside. He was looking for the underhand offload, I think there. Thought differently. Here's Cormac Izuchukwu. Every time he gets the ball, he sets a challenge for this Ospreys defence. Nice hands. Here's Stockdale. Now McCloskey. Carson. Good pass. Sheridan looked forward from Sheridan to Mike Lowry. Mike Lowry could go through here. Lowry gets the offload to Cooney. Stockdale's across. And the Ospreys scrambling on the deck. Recovering well.
Use it,
I think there was a forward pass in the build-up though.
I think you're right, Robbo, right below us.
Stop in front.
Walsh. And here is Stuart McCloskey. 18 caps for Ireland. Has players like Bundy Aki and Robbie Henshaw to get past to get into that green shirt. Cooney for O'Sullivan.
Advantage, dangerous tackle on the ground.
Dangerous tackle by the Ospreys. Advantage.
Justin, be careful. Yeah, knee on the ground first. Dangerous tackle.
Trying to chop him down straight away, but he's on his knees first.
Yeah, you had the advantage over there, but it was finished. Now we play.
Yeah.
He's number 12.
He needed to stay on his feet.
Yeah, I stop the clock now. Time off.
McCloskey's just getting a bit of attention there.
When he makes the tackle, he needs to stay on his feet.
What about that outside break, Craig, from Ben Carson?
Yeah, I thought I was going to see the chicken wing offload to Werner Kok on the edge. He did all the right things. He got on the outside, drew the last defender in, and then maybe he should have released Werner on the edge, but I can't see how much, you know, maybe they were running out of room, but he did really well.
Looks sharp, looks quick.
Okay, we continue to play. You go out, you stop.
Glided around 2 Ospreys players.
Go there.
I'm saying
Guys,
He did. I've been impressed with him.
don't make me,
Only his second start.
don't make me nervous.
Very, very good against a tough Bulls team over in South Africa.
And they've got Jude Postlethwaite on the bench,
Okay.
who's been impressive. Injured, hurt his shoulder last week. An old shoulder injury that they had surgery on it 18 months ago. And James Hume to come back from injury. Here's McCormick.
More! 11!
Can Ulster get some momentum
Keep
going
it up,
again
one.
here?
Very
McCormick already has a try
Away,
to his name. Waiting
Advantage.
patiently at the back. Got to be an advantage
side.
against the Ospreys in from the side. I think it was Morgan Morris. Yeah, he's penalised.
Eight, side entry.
Another side entry.
Very clean here now.
Guy,
The
discipline,
Ospreys
please.
won't want to lose
No,
another
you were
player.
on the wrong side and you change your mind.
We see Morgan Morris
No,
at
it
the
was
back.
fine.
McCormick, the Ulster line-out has been going really well today.
7 away,
Hasn't
7
been the
away.
story throughout the season. They've dropped the ball.
Back on side. Say it again. Andy. Andy,
The
say
Ospreys pile through and away goes Sheridan. Cooney. Morgan screaming for the ball. It goes to Ben Carson. Good footwork from Carson.
Push back,
He's a
push
big
back,
man.
guys, push
Both
back.
centres. Chunky individuals. Ulster
Push
getting
back.
so close to the line there through Tom O'Toole.
No, don't play, two away, Advantage, not rolling.
Ulster ferreting for the ball in there. Advantage for not rolling against the Ospreys. Another penalty, could be a yellow card as well.
Thought we saw a
Time
drop
off. 8. Or was on the wrong side.
off the back of that maul.
Multiple infringement. Next one, he goes to the bin.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think the TMO called it as play on.
Not rolling away.
Piardi checking with his TMO. And you've seen them giving us knock-ons, haven't you?
Not rolling. 8.
Bit of accurate. A couple of
Great.
driving lineouts
Time off.
recently from Ulster.
Yeah, getting a bit excited. Obviously points on the board, thinking about scoring again. Forgetting maybe
Okay.
to do the small things.
I know. I gave a warning. Guys, let's go. Yeah, time McCann.
Looking for the pick and go this time. James McCormick uses dynamism and he's almost unwatched. He's able to ghost his way through the invisible Ospreys defence. Dynamite ignited once again from the Ulster forwards, and James McCormick gets his second.
I almost think the Ospreys weren't even ready. I mean, he made that look easy.
They were ready, they're set.
I mean,
Too easy, that.
far too easy for goal line defence. Well, not to take anything away from James McCormick. Second try of the night. He will be a happy boy.
Just looked for a weak shoulder, didn't he? You're thinking he can't really let players tap and go like that and just get their shoulders through a tackle and score so easily. You've got to make them work a little bit harder.
Yep.
And straight through Will Greatbanks. Tom O'Toole goes off as John Cooney hope. Ooh. He's back to the heebie-jeebies.
Talked about what a great kicker he is.
He's got the yips. He has got the yips.
Remember Ernie Els in the first green of the Masters when he six-putted from 3 feet? Was it? Yeah. It's a bit like that at the moment. Not quite as bad as Ernie Els, John Cooney, but he's yipping a few. Richie Murphy looks on as some Ben scored a great try here last week against his old man. Slicing through the line out.
Use it!
Jack, of course, is in the Ulster squad, is another son of Richie Murphy, talking to Graham Little at half-time. John Cooney again gets so much height on those kicks and makes them really contestable for Stockdale.
Okay, option, scrum, line out. Ball alive, ball alive.
Nice weight again from Cooney, Craig.
A super kick, yeah, I was just going to say, as we were just berating him about his goal kick, I was saying before the game, he's such a good kicker, box kicks, spiral bombs. And did you see how Jacob was able to, without even full speed, get after that, get up, challenge it, and then it's a 50-50.
And was that straight? Referee Parry, play on, Williams, Edwards, Jack Walsh. Here's the South African, Dan Kasende. Penalty advantage. Gareth Thomas ships it on. Great run by Warren.
Keep the mark, boys.
Ospreys with a bit of hurry up here now. Williams to Walsh. Justin Tipuric outside him. Now drives Cooney out of the way. Hardy to Edwards. In comes McCormick. Having a good game in the absence of Tom Stewart and Rob Herring and John Andrew. Here's Boshoff. Ray, one of the tacklers in there, scoring a try in that first half. Williams. Beautiful work by Williams and Walsh, and then Tipuric. And here's Morgan Morris, the top carrier for the Ospreys this season. Now Tipuric can't get past Mike Lowry, but that was building nicely.
Much better from the Ospreys, kept the ball alive. They're accurate, got themselves realigned well. 2 good offloads here, one from Jack Walsh, then the next pass.
Time up, subs.
Just a take and give from Justin Tipuric. Just wanted Keelan Giles out there, didn't you? Ball in hand if you're an Ospreys fan.
Make sure you're up.
Yeah,
Morgan Morris wasn't quite able to inject the pace they wanted.
No, but he did well with the offload, didn't he, to Justin Tipuric? And what a pass from Tipuric. 10 metres. Perfect, right in front of me here. Much, much better from the Ospreys. Starting to play a little bit. Hold on to the ball.
That's where the space is. The space is around the outside of this Ulster defence. It's been hard work for them to try and get the ball there because they haven't really been winning those first up collisions, tying in defenders and trying to get Ulster on the back foot when they're playing attack and rugby.
Multiple replacements from both sides. McCormick, a lot of movement in that line. It was almost so much that it caused a stutter from James McCormick. Wasn't quite sure what was happening in front of him. Here's Williams. And now Hardy. Carried by Gareth Phillips, who carried well off the bench against the Bulls last week, making good meters. Now Max Nadji, the starting fullback against the South African sides. Now Dan Kasende, known as Postman Dan. Will Greatbanks disappointed with his challenge on McCormick close to the line that led to that easy pick and go try for Ulster.
Don't play the 9, don't play the 9, go back, full. Very good.
Hardy. Williams. It's been a lot at first receiver today, where he played a lot of rugby in the past for Leicester in particular. Long spell at the Tigers. Walsh, Kasende. McCloskey goes in with the tackle.
Yeah, leave him 11.
Set for Hardy, Greatbanks, and now Jack Walsh running into a myriad of Ulster defenders. Enjoying a bit of possession now, the Ospreys. One of their rare forays into the Ulster 22. Keelan Giles, Boshoff, trying to keep his hands free to release the ball. Ulster come in. Referee says no, leave it. Hardy plays it. Greatbanks.
Good listen. Well done. Good listen.
Hardy, Walsh, Max Nadji. Buckinghamshire born fullback.
problem the Ospreys had there was they weren't really attracting any Ulster defenders.
11
One
from the side.
maximum of two. There's 3 or 4 Ospreys players in that ruck, which means they're out the game. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Harry Sheridan on Williams.
Okay.
Oof.
Could be in
On the
trouble.
right.
Could be.
Time off.
Yeah, time off from Andrea Piardi.
Okay, Andrea, I need to show you a net contact by an Ulster player on an Ospreys player.
Yeah. Put that on the screen.
Let me know when you're at the screen.
Yeah, I'm in front of the screen when you want.
Okay.
His red card last week. Josh Murphy came thundering off the
So
ball
we're checking
into
possible head contact by
McCormick. This does not look good at all for Harry Sheridan or for Owen Williams, who's taken a real dinger to the head.
There is a dip in his legs, which they'll look for mitigating factors.
Are there enough?
Yeah, that is the question. Owen Williams is quite low when he carries into it.
Okay, Andrea, there is another player involved. It's a number 1 that make a tackle.
Okay.
It is high, but is there direct contact to the head? Is it just under?
Yeah, Mattel, I think he didn't change any dynamic on number 1. Am I wrong or not?
This is the grey area.
I'll show you again.
Yeah.
The contact is not direct on the head.
Okay, it's not direct, he's indirect. Okay, you tell me he's indirect because the head is moving forward first.
Agree,
In the direction of the wide shoulder.
Referee asking
Okay,
the table
guys,
look at the
I'm seeing
involvement
a
of
side
one
contact.
white.
I'm seeing full play because the play is upright. However, we have indirect contact because the head is moving forward first and then on the shoulder on the wide player. So for this reason, I'm thinking not high level of danger and yellow card for against number 5 white. Agree, Matteo, with you, those facts?
Agree, Andrea.
Okay. 5. It's a yellow card because indirect contact. Yellow card.
Again, the analysis from Piardi was certainly forensic. And what were your thoughts on it, Tom?
That is moving forward first, so indirect. So not
There are probably a lot of
yellow
people
card.
watching this saying that's the red, that's a red, it's a red, it's contact with the head. Look, I agree with that decision by Andrea Piardi and his team. I think it was very high, but maybe not right on his head.
Okay,
his head went through the tackle and landed on his shoulder. There was a slight dip in the legs from the Ulster player. So, ultimately, I think that's the right decision.
Parry to Tipuric for the second week in a
early
row.
drive.
The Ospreys are playing against 14 men.
8 wide, early
David
drive.
Creel was sent off last week for the South African side. For
Okay,
two spells of 10 minutes, the Ospreys played against 13 men.
No, here.
I get those shots up quick. Yeah.
Number 8,
He's
early
done it.
drive on the lifter.
Did you hear Piardi telling Stuart McCloskey, well done, good listen?
Yeah.
Brilliant, he's such a
Bishop,
menace
please.
around the rock. He's a 9's nightmare.
Nathan Doak is on now for John Cooney. James Humphreys is on as well. So new halfbacks for Ulster. Parry. And beautifully done by Alan O'Connor, the Ulster captain. Rea carries for Ulster.
Never on the ball. Push
So a
back.
chance to
Push back,
escape
guys.
from dodge
Use
here.
it.
Nathan Doak, as he said before the game in that interview with Graham Little as he warmed up, he's desperate to get a firm hold long term on that 9 shirt, Craig.
Yeah, well, he's still only young. He's only 22. I mean, his dad, Neil, was scrum half for Ireland. It's in his blood, and he loves his rugby. And
Guys, up in here.
I've no doubt he will. It's just difficult when John Cooney's playing as well as he is, but
9,
John's
you're
34,
out.
35, you know, and we can't play this game forever.
Tipuric, he thinks he can play it forever. He's 35.
Take her, release.
Penalty, it's got to be a penalty.
Yeah, it has to be a penalty. Wrong side, Ulster not getting out of the way. Hardy. Here's Morris, pulls it back for Walsh, who's looked good in this game. Keelan Giles trying to open up some space for himself. Ben Carson does a good defensive job there. Morris, his pullback wasn't one of accuracy, but the Ospreys could get away here through Tom Florence.
Still advantage.
Hardy, Jones still playing the advantage to the Ospreys, who are enjoying territory and possession right now against these 14 men. They'll come back for that penalty. Kieran Hardy looking to go quickly.
He's back.
Seen him do that for Wales and score.
Thank you, guys.
I think the best option is to put it in the corner, even though they've just lost the last one.
Yeah, I'd agree with you, Shanks.
They've got a better chance if they're I was going to say 5 metres out, 15 metres out.
Quanti di seguito contro Asta.
Just gets caught up. Sometimes you can't move just because of the tackle technique you use. You can't get out the way.
What a lovely bit of skill there from Jack Walsh.
Yeah.
He's looked good, hasn't he, Jack Walsh?
No, he's fine. I'm happy.
And the team on the back foot most of the time. Here's Parry again. Jones has been the go-to man, hasn't he? It's usually Adam Beard. Here's Morris smashing his way almost through Nathan Doak.
Push back, push back, push back, 18 back. 18.
On the ball,
advantage.
Karen Phillips, another advantage to the Ospreys. Will Greatbanks waits, goes, tries to dip under Dave McCann. Ulster pulling Greatbanks back, but they are on that penalty advantage. Ulster already on a red. He's warned the Ospreys.
Discipline now. The same warning against them, same warning against you. 18 offside, and then call him 3 or 4 times.
And it's
offside.
He warned Morgan Morris.
Hands in front.
And I also get the same warning, so next infringement will be a yellow card.
It's a nice line-out play around the front.
15,
Morgan Morris, about a metre out.
Let's go.
I thought Nathan Doak was going to act as a speed bump on him, but he actually did well. Oh, they've gone quick.
Here goes Morris. Got that try right at the end against the Bulls. Last week on his 100th appearance. Hardy. Ben Carson defending. Boshoff tries to clear out. Ulster coming through. Tipuric to Jones. McCann with the tackle. Good work by the Ospreys at the breakdown. Kieran Hardy. Can they test this Ulster defence? That's one man down. Tipuric. Florence. Try time. Keelan Giles. Some pretty pictures at last from the Ospreys, and they get their reward.
Awesome from the Ospreys there. Did exactly what they wanted to do. Tied in all of the Ulster defence with the pick and go. Then the ball out the back from Tipuric. It's a classy pass there from Florence over the top. Watch the subtle hands from Tipuric. The key there, Craig, is he takes it flat and he takes it forward.
Yeah, he did exactly what the guys weren't doing in the first half. And then Florence just had his choice to pick. I think Werner Kok just got a little bit out of sorts on the edge there. That close to the line, you kind of need to come up and put pressure on, and kind of did one or the other. That ball just gets floated over.
Jack Walsh will take this conversion attempt. .81% goal kicker last season was Jack Walsh, but not this time.
Ospreys are really starting to play with a bit of confidence here.
Master operator Justin Tipuric, Tom, over the years.
Everything. You know, you name it, he can do it. He's good in the loose, he's good in the tight. One of the most intelligent players you'll ever meet, with a high skill set, and he's also the top line-out jumper for the Ospreys, for Wales.
James Humphreys restart. Off goes Morris, who's been percussive in his carrying.
No play tonight. 8. Use it.
Stuart McCloskey's gone off now. It means Jude Postlethwaite is on. Michael Lowry climbs high, Ronaldo-esque.
Contest first and then off feet, play on.
Doak. Humphreys threw a beautiful pass for Ben Carson for his try down in South Africa. Flat, zippy pass to the wing. Son of Ulster legend David, of course, and the penalty.
Yeah, lucky, but you play the 9.
And Nathan Doak
you
played off the ball. He was saying it as well before the game, Nathan Doak, that he's not that happy at playing at 10. He wants to focus at 9.
Number 9 leg.
The thing with Nathan Doak is there's no doubt he is a quality player. The problem is he's got John Cooney there as well, but he's got 12 years on John Cooney. You know, he's 22 years old, and sometimes you've just got to dig in and you've just got to wait for that opportunity to come, because at some stage John Cooney will retire or he'll move on.
Okay guys, 2 and 8 subs.
I think Nathan Doak, you know, he's an Ulster boy, he wants to stay here, and sometimes you're just going to have to maybe just dig in, suck it in, just wait for your opportunity, because it will come, and then when it comes he'll be the next Ulster 9 for 6, 7, 8 years.
Tadgh McElroy on, the 2 Reas are on the field now. Matty and Marcus, the brothers.
In the 5.
Taken by Izuchukwu.
7 away, 7 away, 7.
Scott Wilson's in there too, wearing 18. He was also on that emerging Ireland tour, one of 6 Ulstermen to make the trip. Also got game time off the bench. So good development for those younger players. And the leg is lifted in the maul, so Parry gives another penalty advantage. Now they really are rumbling hard here into the 22. Nathan Doak. And here's Mike Lowry. There's space. There certainly is space for Stockdale. Stockdale, little stunner step. Has he managed to finish in spectacular fashion?
So on field try, we check a possible touch. We give the time to Matteo. Matteo on field decision try.
Yes, just a moment.
It's already been denied one, Craig. Is he going to be denied another? Was the pass flat? Did he get the ball down?
I think the try's good. We're going to see here.
That's a try as long as the pass isn't forward. They might want to check the pass to him, but I think his heel doesn't touch the line. Gets his feet in the air.
That pass from James Humphreys. My goodness. Is there any other way to say that your dad is David Humphreys by throwing a pass like that? Oh my goodness, what a lovely overs line from Mike Lowry off that pass.
And
so we don't have anything
remarkable finish.
Players in touch before the ground.
Agree, Andrea. Agree.
Well, Parry.
So try stand.
Tipuric looking closely. His foot's off the ground there, surely.
That is good. That is good.
Yeah.
James Humphreys enjoying his cameos.
Oh, what a spectacular bit of backs play to watch. James Humphreys, that pass to Mike Lowry, a lovely arc overs line, and Jacob, what a finish. What a finish. He is certainly playing with a lot of confidence. Like, he still had a lot to do.
Oh, Nathan Doak. What a kick from the young man. Takes him to 298 points for Ulster.
One good pass. 2 good passes. 3 good passes. All out in front. If a player has to check for that, Toro just catch it behind us and slow his feet down. That's not a try.
Yeah, did you see just the little step in field from Jacob?
And 22.
Just to hold down his man.
Okay, what do you want?
Well, it's real showbiz rugby, that, from Ulster. Brilliant across the field.
No.
Taken by Rea. So Ulster into the mid-30s now.
Use it!
Go!
Certainly scoring a lot more points at the start of this season, or Ulster.
Stop
Here's
in front,
Stockdale
White.
celebrating a second try with another pumping clearance. It's great to have someone like that in that position, like a Simon Zebo with a left boot, or a Rob Carney, to clear your lines with such distance. Should be a fairly content head coach, Richie Murphy. Tipuric gets his hands on it, but Doak comes through. He wants this to stay in play, does Nathan Doak. He was very alert there.
We spoke about him a lot, haven't we, since he's come on and before the game. A big thing is just making sure that he's happy as well. You know, you've got 2 quality scrum halves, and the secret, and where the good coaches work out to be great, is by keeping people happy like Nathan Doak, making sure that you're giving him game time, making sure that he just doesn't come home for a cameo appearance, making sure that you get some quality game time against quality opposition.
Subs, time off.
You think of the big teams, you think of like your Leinsters, the amount of players that they've got, but you know, Leo Cullen's still able to keep all those players happy that he's got there.
Jake White was saying last week, Toby Booth was talking about it, he's a squad of 62 players, the Ospreys 36.
Let's go. They close it now. On the 5.
Tipuric takes Parry. Oh, good tackle by Rea.
No.
That's Rea the Marcus. Rea the Matty wearing 20. Hardy. Treadwell underneath this with Stockdale.
Nothing clear for me.
Boot comes in from Williams. Mikey Lowry looking very lively as always. Doak, Treadwell, Irish international, on into the second row.
No clear release.
Ulster. No clear release. Penalty to Ulster. Ulster beating Connacht 32-27 last week, scoring 5 tries, and beating Glasgow in round 1, 20 points to 19. An 84th minute try from Dave Shanahan on that occasion.
It was a great start to the season, beating the current champs.
Certainly was.
Let's talk about starting big, don't you? Again, the first result.
Yeah, and especially at home. You know, they want to make Ravenhill, the Kingspan Stadium, they want to make it a fortress. Make it difficult for teams to come and play here.
Mold. Taken by Rea in the line out.
Okay, keep it up, keep it up. That's once. Okay, 9.
Ulster securing that Derby win last week after conceding 12 tries on their trip to South Africa. Werner Kok, the South African, the 7th specialist in possession, well hounded. And the Ospreys get away with the ball. Relief for them. There could have been another score for Ulster there.
It's a couple of reefs we've seen now, Robbo.
The pirouette. It's a good tackle here from Kieran Hardy. And Justin Tipuric lift up Werner Kok. He's desperately trying to offload.
Yeah, super desperate defence from the Ospreys.
Let's go, Ulster.
Tipuric and his chums will be hoping for a home victory against Edinburgh. Then they play Zebra. Ospreys will be moving to St Helens next season to play their rugby, playing at the old Liberty Stadium and Bridgend this season. Here's Doak. And now Callum Reid carries hard into black shirts. Nathan Doak pulled back by Rea. And it's an Ospreys penalty this time. Yeah, what do you think of the move to St Helens, Tom?
I think it's really good. The Swansea.com, you do lose a bit of atmosphere there. You're not filling it. You might have 4,000 or 5,000 there. You know, the capacity is huge, and you just get lost in there. But I've seen a few games. They played the Stormers at the Brewery Field recently, and even with 5,000 in there, you get an atmosphere. You know, it's intense. You're getting players closer to the action. It's a far better option. You know, that pitch has held up so far. You know, when there's heavy rain, it becomes a little bit different, but I certainly think the move to St Helens is good. I think it's what everyone wants to see. You want to see a ground that is a rugby ground with a rugby atmosphere, and you want it to be intense, and you want people to come there and realise that the crowd are on top of them, and I think it's good. I can't wait to see what it looks like.
And a venue famous for a particular cricketing occasion, wasn't it? Gary Sobers hit 6 sixes and 1 over off Malcolm Nash of Glamorgan there. Placement hooker Ethan Lewis, the 30-year-old from Church Village, Justin Tipuric, wonderful hands again. Just watch and admire. You won't see too much of Justin Tipuric going forward. He must be closing in retirement now in his mid-30s. He's been a delight to watch over the years. Just such a gifted individual in all departments, as Tom Shanklin was saying. Hardy, Iorth, Thomas and Bosch off. Brought down by Carson, good tackle by him. Now Lewis. Jack Walsh. Ulster defending hard through Postlethwaite. Iorth Scott. And trying to get a break through that Ulster defence. Dan Kasende from the Democratic Republic of Congo. Carried on by Gareth Phillips.
Ball is there, ball is there. Don't play for that, please. Thank you.
Jack Walsh moving into 10. And he's very used to playing. Ball shipped on by Max Nagy there. Hardy, Walsh, Bosch off. Ospreys can't get outside their Ulster defence at the moment.
No, they want some quick ball as well. At the moment, the rucks are sort of 4 or 5 seconds. You want it under 3.
Nice hands.
It's kind of going backwards here.
Hardy, Walsh, Tipuric steps inside. Can he step inside defenders? He can't. Runs into a white shirt. Hardy and Tom Florence trying to get past Alan O'Connor.
Put down by Black.
Hardy down that blind side to Jack Walsh. Here's Bosch off. Kasende just didn't quite have the room to get away. He's very quick. Here's Williams to Tipuric, and he pulls it in behind that attacking line. Nagy. Phillips, Lewis, there's space now. Here's Morris, carried really well today for the Ospreys, punching through white shirts. Beautiful line from Gareth Phillips, continuing his good form from the Bulls last week. Ulster almost getting on the ball, but here they go again, and running into trouble is Lewis Lloyd, who's looked lively indeed when he's had ball in hand.
Knock on.
Hey, Mike Lowry flew in there.
To grab the ball, he makes a knock on.
Onto Lewis Lloyd, who dipped the shoulder.
Yeah,
he is a brave man, Mike Lowry, for not being the biggest.
Okay, guys,
not a lot.
15 black SIA.
No one he'd be afraid of.
Here we are. It's a great shot.
Great shot on 6.
He's a hooker, playing 6. Even worse.
He's a big hooker though. He's over 6 foot and he's over 16 stone.
You just think then Ulster looked pretty comfortable defending. It was only until James Humphreys shot out the line and the hole opened up and the Ospreys were able to play outside him.
Exactly. Little bit of inexperience there. James, he just needs to stay connected with that defensive line. If you're going to shoot, you have to be 100%. Andy Farrell always said it. If you're going to shoot the line, man on ball, 100%, not 98, not 99.
Go,
especially our team set up now to attack with a pod out the back. You know, kind of tip it short, put it behind.
Guys, just
see it all the time, don't you? Players just rush of blood, shoot out the line, and if they miss if they hit the tackle and they make it, that's great. But if they miss it, there's often line breaks come from it.
Another youngster coming on, and one of the old guard going off, Justin Tipuric, great man. Hasn't seen a barber in 30 years.
Coach!
Nor have you.
For different reasons.
Guys, wait, patient.
I think you share that problem, Thomas. Dan Jamina's on, who came through the Ospreys pathway.
Be patient,
Shanklin,
be patient.
thoroughly enjoying his own wit.
I'm not.
Such humility. But yeah, so many youngsters now on this Ospreys bench have been introduced. Iorth Scott, Rhys Thomas on his debut, Dan Jamine on his Ospreys debut. Tom Florence, just 21 years of age.
It has been tough for this Ospreys team. You can see the clear difference in power, but it's good experience for these players. You know, the first shot they've got at playing a quality team like Ulster away.
Dan Edwards is back on for Jack Walsh, who's off with an HIA. I wore with Scott. And Hardy now for Phillips, for Dan Edwards. And Williams gets hit hard by Stockdale. And it's a knock forward. Ulster turned the ball over. Cormac Izuchukwu. Scott Wilson.
Well out.
Rea.
Advantage over.
Inside line. Doak for Humphreys again. That quick pass. Stockdale, great hands off this artificial turf. Doak again. Tadgh McElroy, the medical joker. Ulster down several hookers. James Humphreys. Oh, he's got a lot of height on that. Reese Priestland style height. And Rea goes down on the ball. Morris is over it. In comes Carson. Kind of lend his weight. And Nathan Doak into the space. What a clever little kick by Nathan Doak. And Cormac Izuchukwu on the chase with Dan Edwards, who scoops the ball up. Cormac Izuchukwu hunts him down. He's picked up an injury as well. I think a boot to the head, maybe accidentally, it looked like, and the referee brings proceedings to a halt.
Stay down, please, stay down. Time off.
Very fortuitous there from Nathan Doak. It's one of those ones, if you don't get back on the end of it, you know, you can almost hear them in the coach's box going mad. But he got his foot to it and put it through, and what a chase as well from Cormac Izuchukwu.
It's really good refereeing as well.
Questo è totalmente accidentale.
You see blood coming from Izuchukwu's face and the head. Blew up straight away.
No,
it wasn't a deliberate trip.
It's on the ground first.
No, it's an elbow, I
on the
think.
ground first.
Yeah. Completely accidental from Dan Edwards. It was like something you'd see in WWE, actually. It wasn't the elbow drop on the head, but completely accidental.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just thinking MMA.
Guys, you take your
An accidental
blood injury, guys.
elbow to the head, almost split right away.
On his head.
Well, a break on the Ospreys line. Craig Gilroy, who's your player of the match? And why?
My player of the match, certainly Cormac Izuchukwu was in contention, who we just talked about. I thought he has been magnificent tonight after some time away with Emerging Ireland. Really, really impressed with him tonight. But my player of the match has to go to... It kills me to give it to another winger. It kills me. Has to go to Jacob Stockdale. He has been super tonight. Should have had a hat-trick. Might still get one. 2 tries. I thought he's been good defensively as well. In the air. He's been involved.
Hungry, hasn't he? Looked hungry. He's been decisive in the decision making.
Yes.
He's been really physical. I think he'd be gutted though. The finest try he scored tonight was chalked off for a forward pass.
Tears rolling down Craig Gilroy's cheeks. Giving him that player of the match to a winger. Here's Morris.
No, he deserves it, Robbo. He's played very well.
Off goes Hardy.
He was
Well
offside when he makes the tackle,
snared
guys,
by
or not?
Kieran Treadwell.
Yeah, I agree. Okay.
Ethan Lewis. 14 appearances for the Welsh under-20s. A while ago now, though.
Stop, 20!
Into space, given straight back to Ulster from Dan Edwards. There's Nathan Doak. Is he going to carve his way through? Hardy makes the tackle. Doak does well to stay on his feet. Ospreys are still working incredibly hard. Huge credit for them in defence.
Dangerous tackle. Then only normal, the first infringement is
Toby Booth, I'm sure, will be impressed with the way his side have just kept on going, despite being a rear guard fight for most of the match.
Robbo, I've been so impressed with Ulster's bench. You know, you don't know how long you're going to get, and you have to make the most of what time you do get. Callum Reid, Nathan Doak, James Humphreys, been really, really impressed with them. You need your bench to make an impact. You can't just rely on the 15.
Edwards, Sunday into the middle of that back line. Now Max Nagy, a 25-year-old. He went to Swansea University. Jameen goes through the middle. Good run by the young replacement. Edwards again. Tackle Scott Wilson. Bumps Wilson off. In fact, Harry Sheridan, who was yellow carded, might have been a red. Referee decided yellow. Williams and Jones. Lovely hands again. Getting a bit messy now, losing shape and structure. Bosch off. Scott Wilson looking to turn the ball over here. Almost got his hands on it.
Calm down, please. No talking, okay? Thanks. Off feet.
But he's off his feet. Close but not close enough.
Can Ulster keep them out? Last couple of minutes.
Ospreys lost in the quarters last season, 23-7 to Munster at Thomond, having missed the knockout stages for the last couple of seasons.
Wait a second.
They made the knockouts on matches won from the Lions.
Wait a second, guys.
Ulster 3 home wins. Their next home game in the URC is against Leinster. November the 29th. There's a gap after their away game against Cardiff next week for the November internationals, and a poor line-out throw from Ethan Lewis. The entire line-out getting confused. James Humphreys again has the confidence to whip that pass away, and Carson finds Stockdale. Morgan's after it too, so too Carson. Good work from Tom Florence. Got across really well there. Hardy, Edwards, nearly charged down by Sheridan. And that could turn out to be a quite magical kick. Morgan, he wants to play this. And Ulster wants to get it away, which they do. But they might go quickly here. Edwards to Nagy. Takes on Humphreys, beats him. Well, Ulster through Rea, get onto the ball. Great breakdown work at last.
What did you say?
Nearly a spectacular 50-22.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the end.
Inches away.
You need to tap and kick out.
Just needed a wee bit more juice, and that's it.
That'll do for Ulster. Very happy with their evening's work. 2 tries for Jacob Stockdale. Could have been a hat-trick, had one chalked off. But Ulster have seen a great return to form by this man last season and this. 10 tries last season and already has 3 tries this season. James McCormick making a huge contribution as well, with a couple of tries, one from a driving maul, one from a pick and go, which was too easily conceded by the Ospreys. But let's remember, this Ospreys side missing 40% of their squad, 18 players unavailable for various reasons, a number of them thoroughbred Welsh internationals like Adam Beard and Davy Lake and Jack Morgan. Final score here at the Kingspan Stadium: Ulster with a try bonus point success, beating the Ospreys by 36.